An important part of research and writing in higher academics requires something called citing. Today we're going to learn how to do APA-style citations. If you've been following along with our method, you'll know that right now we've got an assignment, we've done research and gathered evidence, we've annotated the research, we've got a fishbone diagram or a mind map outline, we've organized our essay sections, we've summarized, paraphrased, and quoted, and now it's time for us to cite our evidence. Citing is the says who of research. As you get into doing more and more research, you'll find that as long as there is researched evidence, you can say almost anything. This is why it's critical to remember that the quality of your evidence is important. In previous videos, we covered that academic writing isn't about our personal opinion. It's about applying our critical thinking and backing it up with research. Academic integrity rules say that we can't copy word for word and then cite. We have to paraphrase, summarize, or quote, and then we have to say, who said so? We have to give credit to the research we got it from. This is called citing, and there are many ways to do it depending on your discipline. Citing is pretty easy once you get used to it. There are two parts, in-text and reference page. The two parts to citing are the in-text, which are short and have reporting verbs like according to Smith 2018. This has to match up with the reference page. The reference page shows the reader where they can find your information. They have to match like socks. For example, if you have an in-text citation that doesn't match up with a reference page citation, it's called plagiarism. And vice versa. If you have a reference page citation but no in-text citation, it's plagiarism. So like your socks, make sure they match. For APA-style in-text citations, we only use the author's last name, no first names, no initials, and the date that the evidence was published. For example, if we were using something from Elon Musk in 2003, we would write Musk, 2003. If it were Elon Musk and Stephen Hawking from 2010, we might write Musk and Hawking, 2010. If it were Elon Musk, Stephen Hawking, and Steve Jobs from 2018, we would write Musk, Hawking, and Jobs, 2018. Et al. Is something that we use. It means and all for three or more authors. First, we introduce all the authors one time in the essay, Musk, Hawking, and Jobs 2018, and after we just write Musk et al. 2018 through the rest of the essay. There are two ways to use in-text citations with reporting verbs. At the beginning of a sentence, for example, according to Musk 2003, the Earth is square, or research conducted by Musk and Hawking 2010 determined the Earth is square. Or at the end of a sentence, with or without a reporting verb. For example, the Earth is square according to research conducted by Musk 2003. Or the Earth is square, Musk and Hawking 2010. Your professors are experts in the field, and they've probably read everything you've read, but sometimes you mention something so interesting that they want to look up where you got it from. This is why we need a reference page. It tells a reader where they can look up the information that you used for your evidence. The reference page is the final page of your essay, and it shows the reader where they can find all of the interesting facts that you summarized, paraphrased, and quoted. It tells the authors' names, and again, it matches with the in-text citations. You shouldn't have fewer or less than the number of authors that you've mentioned in your paper. The APA-style reference page is very strict in structure. It tells us who, last names and initials, what the name of the published thing we used was, is it a book, an article, a web page, and the year it was published. If we miss any of this information, it can be called plagiarism. It depends on how strict your professor is. Take a look at this example references page. You'll notice some differences. For example, why are some things in italics and some things aren't. This little formula will make it really easy to remember. Big things are in italic style, and little things are in regular style. For example, a book is something big, a chapter is small, a newspaper is big, an article is small, a magazine is big, an article is small. An academic journal name is big, the article is small. A television series name is big, episode is small. Music CD is big, song title is small. YouTube channel name big, video title small. Have a look at this sample reference page. These numbers circled indicate a volume and an edition, so we know it's an academic journal article. The italics are the name of the academic magazine or journal, and the regular type is the title of the article. If we go back to our Why Dogs Are Better Pets Than Cats fishbone diagram, we have our topic points and who said so already. Our first point is sociability. From our research that we summarized and paraphrased, in our teal paragraphs we'll write that, according to Johnson, Smith, and Brown, 2019, dogs are generally more sociable than cats. And we'll also mention from Brown and Smith's 2020 literature review, a literature review found that dogs are more social and more motivated to interact with humans than cats. Brown and Smith, 2020. Using our fishbone diagram one more time, let's write a reference page for our essay. You'll notice that all of the authors are in alphabetical order, and that odd-looking space is called a hanging indent. Ask your EAP instructor or writing center for practice sheets to get a better understanding of the formatting. This was a quick introduction to APA style citing. If you have any questions, ask a librarian or check the OWL Purdue website. They are the experts and will have the most up-to-date information on APA or any style of citation. Also, make an appointment with your institution's writing center. Get some feedback on the content and make sure your citations are correct. Book early, about a week before your paper is due, because appointments always fill up fast.